Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. Fans and competitors alike are drooling over Grant Ellis of The Bachelor, but despite the enthusiastic hype, Grant has had a difficult start to the season. Gen Tran's season of The Bachelorette featured the Jersey native for the first time. He was eliminated right before the hometown dates, despite the fact that he and Jen clicked. Thankfully, Grant's quest for love continued. In the end, Grant received an invitation to return as the host of The Bachelor Season 29. Being the only lead revealed prior to the contestants beginning the application process and the second Black Bachelor, his season represents a number of firsts for the franchise. Since the applicants applied with a particular interest in the leading man, this season has been particularly exciting. The second episode has already seen a rise in tension and clashes. In summary, the first impression rose and the first one-on-one date went to participant Alex Godwin. The two group dates were full of drama, but this one went really nicely. The troublesome actions of several participants were not deterred by Grant's polite demeanor. Some people are questioning if he can cope with the stress. After the basketball game and after the musical performance, the episode was split into two segments. One competitor, Zoe McGrady, pulled Grant away from the group for a considerable amount of time during the particularly contentious basketball group date. The women felt devalued and mistreated as a result. Zoe took her turn to ask the lead for some alone time as they formed a line to practice their slam dunks. After guiding Grant to the elevator, they had a private conversation on the rooftop. The other competitors, both surprised and displeased, believed that this outing was not comparable to the brief amount of time her practice shot would have required. As a result, a number of the women were unable to practice with the lead. While the other women awkwardly lingered around waiting for them to return, he followed Zoe to the roof and struck up a discussion. Even though the drama is enjoyable to watch on TV, a number of candidates felt excluded and invisible. After this date, Zoe continued to disturb Juliana Pasquarosa's alone time with Grant in spite of the backlash she received. Zoe first negotiated extra time with Ali Joe Hanks before letting him go when he attempted to interrupt. She took him back a few moments later. Several participants felt uneasy and disregarded as a result of this dubious behavior and Carolina Quezano's private makeout session with the lead on stage following the performance. Grant could have been more assertive as the leader. His laid-back demeanor might have permitted more heartache and turmoil than was required. Many candidates were left in tears or furious, despite the fact that the issue probably increased the show's viewership. Some people might think Grant has to be more proactive in identifying the bad conduct. Because it connected kids with his favorite pastime, Grant flourished on the basketball date. Grant discovered maternal personalities like Natalie Phillips by involving the younger coaches in the practice. Grant, a romantic who aspired to marry and start a family, was overjoyed to see her bond with the youngsters. As a result, the child psychologist ended up winning the group date rose. The producers have been successful in fostering deep ties, and his dates have been expertly tailored to his interests. The producers of the show emphasized the complementing qualities of Grant's competitors and urged the celebrity to open up. Basketball is still a big part of Grant's life, so he lighted up at the game. Prior to the show, Grant's solo act highlighted his musical prowess and passion. His musical abilities and fun enthusiasm were showcased during the mall date, where he and Alex had complete access to an empty mall and made a huge sundae while riding around on scooters with animal themes. Grant is one of The Bachelor's most compelling leads because of his inventiveness, humor, skills, and hobbies. With the producer's assistance, Grant may go down in history as a beloved character. On the other hand, the show will not interfere with the contestants' emotional state. Grant might want to continue being more watchful and resolute. Grant Ellis's season of The Bachelor has been nothing short of dramatic, and with the foundation set in the first few episodes, the stakes only grow higher. Despite his natural charisma, some question whether he has the assertiveness to manage the conflicts emerging among the contestants. The fallout from Zoe McGrady's actions during the basketball date carries over into the next episode. Several contestants are still frustrated with her, and it's clear that the tension is affecting the group dynamic. During a cocktail party before the next rose ceremony, Ally Jo Hanks finally confronts Zoe. "You don't seem to respect any of our time," Ally Jo says, her voice steady but firm. Zoe, unfazed, shrugs. "I'm here for Grant. Not for friendships." Grant, overhearing the argument, steps in. "I want to make sure everyone here feels seen and valued." While it's a diplomatic response, some contestants feel it lacks the authority to truly address the issue. At the rose ceremony, tensions are still running high. Grant ultimately sends home 3 contestants, including Juliana Pasquarosa, who had been upset after Zoe's interruptions. The next set of dates include a romantic horseback riding excursion where contestant Layla Moreno impresses Grant with her natural confidence. The chemistry is palpable, and the two share a passionate kiss by the lake. Layla receives the date rose, solidifying her as a strong contender. Meanwhile, the group date takes the contestants to an improv comedy class. This lighthearted setting brings out different sides of the women. Carolina Quezano shines with her bold humor, while Natalie Phillips struggles with the spontaneous nature of the activity. Though she appears discouraged, Grant reassures her later in a one-on-one conversation, deepening their emotional connection. However, the tension between Zoe and the other women continues. In a particularly bold move, she approaches Grant while he's mid-conversation with another contestant, asking for just a few minutes. The contestant, Alicia Rivera, looks visibly annoyed but steps aside. Later that evening, Alicia confides in the other women. "Zoe's antics are getting old. I don't think Grant sees how manipulative she's being." Producers decide to up the stakes with a high-pressure 2-on-1 date between Zoe and Ally Jo. The setting, an abandoned castle, perfect for fostering suspense. Grant, eager to get to the bottom of the drama, spends one-on-one time with each woman. Ally Jo, emotional but composed, expresses her frustrations. "I just don't think she's here for the right reasons," Ally Jo admits. Zoe, in contrast, tells Grant that Ally Jo is merely jealous of their connection. By the end of the date, Grant makes his choice. He hands the rose to Zoe. Ally Jo is sent home, devastated. Back at the mansion, the other contestants are shocked. "If he can't see how toxic she is, I don't know if I want to be here," Layla mutters. While the tension with Zoe continues, a new twist shakes the mansion. Carolina Quezano decides to leave the competition. In a tearful conversation with Grant, she reveals that the drama and emotional toll have become too much for her. "I thought I could handle it," she says, "but this process isn't for me." Grant is visibly disappointed but respects her decision. The remaining contestants, however, are left wondering if the environment is becoming too toxic. Grant's journey to love is proving more challenging than expected. With strong feelings forming and rivalries intensifying, he must step up and take control. Will he be able to see past the drama and recognize who's truly there for love? One thing is certain, this season will go down in Bachelor history as one of the most eventful yet. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe my channel and do not miss any update.